All right. Thanks everyone for joining. We'll see how that works. Get some more light in here, though, don't I? That's not bad. All right. I'm getting some sound here, so that's good. Hopefully that'll be good enough. We'll do a quick practice for my sessions. I got a couple shows this week. Let me grab my guitar and plug in, and stay right where you are. I think that won't affect it too much, but anyway. Don't want that to be too loud. All right, very good. Always with a lot of cables and everything. See how that sounds. Not bad. I kind of like it. All right, so let's get started. Got a couple shows coming up this week, and this will serve as a little practice for that. I got one that's where I'm going to try out some new stuff, and then the other one is with the band. And as I mentioned live last night's show, band doesn't know all the material yet, so I got to stick with the stuff that they know. And I like to be playing some new stuff too, so I'm going to try to do a little bit of that here in this live, and that's about it. So I'll start with an older one. This one sounds really good with backing vocals and the whole band. I got a bass player, a drummer, and a lap steel player now. Really, really great. So, okay, here we go. All right, let's get started. It's so cold out there, but don't you come inside. I'll tell you all the things that you want to despise. And everything I say only sounds cliche. Why do I always have to play this song when I feel this way? I don't have no time to sit in no cafe, and I got songs to write, things I might say. Now everything I say only comes out wrong. Why do I always have to feel this way when they play this song? If you need a line, there's one written on the wall. But who cares, what's the use, you won't give in at all. And after all this time, you think this thing is done. But I know myself well enough to know the end's just begun. And everything I say only sounds cliche. But why do they always have to play this song when I feel this way? Oh, when I feel this way. Now, when I feel this way. I think it's time you saw what's going on in here. Starts with that look in your eyes that feeds on my fear. I'll tell you anything that you wanna know. It's not how things would be if I were running this show. Now everything I say only comes out wrong. Why do I always have to feel this way when they play this song? Oh, when I feel this way. Oh, when I feel this way. Everything I say, everything I say only sounds cliche. Why do I always have to play this song when I feel this way? When I feel this way. When I feel this way. When I feel this way. All right, there we go. We'd probably play that one. Like I said, that one sounds pretty good with the band full on there. So I definitely would like to play this one too. This one I always thought of as the cost of inaction, of you looking back at our time right now from the near future. And spoiler alert, we don't come out that great in this scenario. So. One Sunday in autumn, he wrote 929. Atop a fresh page in his journal. Today's the day, be it rain, be it shine. We'll confer this turn to eternal. Well, the land is exchanged and their debts are all paid. They're waving letters of recommendation. They've built up defenses for the dark quarter days. Pass from this to the next generation. And I can't carry their souls, they're hardened and heavy, misused and untoned, unleavened, unready. I can't carry their souls. We're looking back at what's left to see what went wrong. Searching for signs of survival. You could tell that they never really got along with their friends, so they think they're arch rivals. And I can't carry their souls, they're hardened and heavy, misused and untoned, unleavened, unready. I can't carry their souls. When I'm done with defending them, they're blithe and unwilling. Well, they stare down at screens, they won't do their own bidding. I can't carry their souls. Well, they echo the healers, even though they're the patients, brazenly praying standing in the face of damnation. I can't carry their soul. Well, they knew everything that they needed to know. The numbers were glaring and continued to grow. The charts and the graphs and the warnings each year, none of it worked to produce enough fear for them to take action to save their own lives. And now here it is, in 929. Might be ready to go, but I can't carry your soul. Might be ready to go, but I can't carry your soul. The sheer numbers alone, I can't carry your soul. Might be ready to go, but I can't carry your soul. 'Cause it's hardened and heavy, misused and undoned, unleavened, unready, and I can't carry your soul. All right, that's kind of cool. I dig that tune. That one's tough to put early in the set, I gotta say, because it's kind of hard for me to hit that high E there. It's really kind of challenging, but so it is. This one's been sounding pretty good with the band too. Wait, I think I need a little bit more grit on this. Hold on. Just make this a little bit dirtier. I think that'll sound nicer. Usually do play pretty clean, as you can tell. So anyway, here's the tune. Basically, all this disorientation that we feel right now in today's world, and certainly it's been pretty bad over the past couple of weeks. It's a strategy, right? It's on purpose, and the whole point of any of, I think of any of art, music, or whatever, it's like the thing that guides me here in writing this stuff is just, to show what the other side could look like, the other side of change could look like, because let's face it, we can't change people's minds. They have to get there on their own, and we got to have enough patience, enough respect for them to let them do that. So that's what this tune's about. Never gonna get you to start till it fills up your heart. Then you see yourself on the upside. Put another coin in the slot to witness what you're on. You can see how there'd be any downside. There's no upside when you're upside down. It's all downside on this downside. Never gonna set you apart. Your immunity from the shot. You can't see any up to the upside. Take another look at the chart, all the progress that we scotched. We can't free ourselves from the downside. There's no upside when you're upside down. It's all downside on this downside. We're in free fall on the downside. Do you remember what it was like on this climb? Pretending we were still in the fight, and now we find there's no upside. There's no upside when you're upside down. It's all downside on this downside. There's no upside when you're upside down. on this downside. Nobody will expect you to starve. Do you know your way by heart? And believe there'll be, and believe there'll be, believe there will be any up to the upside. All right, there we go. Oh, I got some comments. Oh, that's really nice. Thank you. I often feel a little insecure about my voice. To me, I'm more of a writer. You know, I don't always think that I'm the best singer or the best guitar player, but I'm pretty confident about my writing. So, and Amelia, thank you, man. Glad that you're here. That is really awesome. So, can't wait till you spin through the Boston area here. That will be fun. All right, I'm going to do another tune then. Keep this going. Glad that you guys could join. This is cool. Practicing for, I got a couple shows coming up this week. So that's what I'm doing here. Figure, you know, it's good to just go live and do that and just practice live. Why not, right? And played a show last night. The sound was really good there at this venue last night. It was really, really great. So I had a good time playing this tune in particular just because to me, it has a lot of dynamics and can be fun to play in that way. So, but on the topic of you know, today's problems, and as they seem to increase, to me, we don't solve any of those problems until we solve the information crisis and where people get their information and how and all that, and just these perverse incentives from media companies and everyone from traditional media to social media. There's just they have the wrong incentives in place, and it's causing issues. So anyway, that's what this tune's about. It's called Fever. Doesn't matter what we hoped, the fever never broke. Their anger burned with no evidence into something uncontrolled. Doesn't matter what we hoped, the fever never broke. We're strangled up in their selfishness, with no slack left in the rope. Expecting, I don't know, some defensiveness, yet all they did was glow. Let the record show it didn't happen on its own, but if we get a second go, we'll cut it in stone so we remember it always. Doesn't matter what we hoped, the fever never broke. Spellbound in this illogical narrative that we could not decode. Strung out on the snake oil palliatives and resentments oversold, acting out a string of imperatives dealt out by cheats and trolls. Let the record show it didn't happen on its own, but if we get a second go, we'll cut it in stone so we remember it always. Doesn't matter what we hoped, the fever never broke. In the script where there should be a signature with someone scratched out what we wrote. Now we fortify the perimeter with topics we can broach. won't admit how we're similar when you get us on our own. We exist on more of a continuum, the gap between us overblown. So why we gonna stop, look or listen, or just treat each other like a joke? Let the record show didn't happen on its own, but if we get a second go, we'll cut it in stone so we can let the record show didn't happen on its own, but if we get a second go, we'll cut it in stone so we remember it always. We'll remember it always. Cool. All right. Oh, thanks, Amelia. I kind of dig that, right? There it is, written there in history. I have a couple other tunes that are sort of in the history realm. Let's try a couple of these here. Hold on, I think I might be overriding this a little bit. Nothing worse than digital distortion, so definitely don't want to blow it out, you know. All right, this is another one. Like I said, I've been playing these with the band. Oh, you know what? I want a little more. I only got a couple pedals here, and oh, that's there. It's really nice of you. Thank you. Cheers. This guitar, I got to wash it off. It was super hot last night's gig, and so it's all sweaty and yucky, and it's a little sticky, but I do love this guitar. I love the tone of it. And I have to say, this is the one that is super, super reliable. I was thinking of playing it. There's a couple others that I have, and I just couldn't keep them in tune with the weather's changing all the time. It's super hot here, but then you go into AC, and you know how it is. All right, let's play this one here. This one I don't normally do solo. We'll probably play this with the band, but it was really written so it could have this sort of delicate line in here. So playing it solo, you do get to hear that. So here it is. In the shadow of a blast we see an outline of the past revealed. It's so lifelike when it comes into focus, when life looks at you like you don't even notice as the edges sharpen into view. I know that you perceive it too. It's so lifelike, it almost fooled me. When life looks at you like some kind of movie, and we might share no England. We might never get the chance. That sounds a lot lot more lifeline. I might reveal a secret kept, something you don't expect from me. It's a lifeline, get my confusion. When life looks at you like you're the illusion. It's a lifeline, you get my confusion. Life looks at you like you're the illusion. We might share knowing glimpse. We might never get the chance. That sounds a lot more lifeline. There we go. That sounds pretty good. Let's take some verb off of that. I should put a pedal board down like I normally would, but you know, I've been playing a lot of shows though, just straight into the amp lately. You know, the thing that's kind of cool about that, this I don't know if you can see this amp. Oh, I got to go this way. Yeah, this one right here. That's mic'd. That one's a Swart on Terry's Master. I got a good deal on reverb. So far, I really love it. I played it last night's show, and the good thing is it's just got a little. Thank you, Amelia. Just got some good tone, and also like it's even with the guitar, this doesn't have a huge amount of output on it, but even without a boost pedal, I can still get some grit on it, and it just has that nice little, just pushing it a little bit, so you get a little bit of that nice warm tube distortion. It's pretty good. So I've been kind of just like guitar, amp, good to go. You know, that's been kind of the thing. So, all right, let's keep it going here. This is another tune. Again, about, you know, in the thread of sort of anti-capitalist tunes is the, you know, when everything is a transaction, which it feels like sometimes, right? Everyone's trying to sell you something and do, you know, whatever. But when everything's a transaction, it's just exhausting, right? We end up just kind of feeling spent at the end of the day. And that's where this tune came from. So. This is a stupid question, but shouldn't we get started? It's too early in the game for the crowd to wander off. Seems like she's been through hell. She's starting not to wear it well. It's on the surface, transparent. It was plain to see how this would happen. But no one believed me that there's no trust in your transparency. Trying to decode your pause while you count and catalog my flaws. I wish I could empty out my head and start all over again. Well, you should have kept your victory safe instead of tangled in the ticker tape. It's on the surface, transparent, seeped into every transaction, every glance a business deal, everyone's lost interest in your inconsistency and your false sense of insecurity. Who cares what the starlets say? Let the attention start to wane. The crowd is winding down. There's no one left to listen anyway. You were so confined by cool and all the things you thought you'd do. It's on the surface, transparent, seeped into every last transaction. So it seems it was plain to see how this would happen. No one believed me that there's no trust in your transparency. Every glance a business deal, everyone's lost interest in your inconsistency and your false sense of insecurity. Well, there we go. Let's look at a little interference here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I dig that too. I imagine I could see you doing that too, Amelia. Just take that pretty gratch that you got. Just run it straight into the amp. No pedals. A friend of mine who's a fantastic guitar player, just probably the best that I know, anyway. He says that you don't play the guitar, you actually play the amp. And I kind of get that because each amp responds a little differently, and definitely to each guitar. And obviously, we all, as players, have a connection to the instrument itself, which is why, getting, developing some trust in the instrument is really, really important. But you're kind of pushing the amp, right? So, that's good. So, appreciate that. All right, we'll keep going. I didn't play this one at last night's show because this sounded really good with the band. So let's see how this sounds. Just doing it myself, but we're gonna have a lot of tests coming in the coming months. I think a lot of things that are going to test our ability to respond when things drain our energy, and the goal here is to pull together for sure. But it's all exhausting. It's all exhausting. So anyway, that's what this tune's about. It's hard to tell these days what's true. We fight each other over what to do. It's our opinion in my view. It's how it's written, I don't get to choose. Another scripted surprise. The lift you get when you get me down to size. Pang of heartache, standing in for each goodbye. How many knocks do we have to take? Many knocks before we answer our fate. I think I know how this should feel. This ain't it, but it presents as real. Bang of heartache, knowing what it might reveal. But how much effort do we have to make? But how much effort do we carry our way? You can only see my eyes. I can hardly breathe through this disguise. Hang up heartache, every line left unrevised. How many knocks do we have to take? Many knocks before we answer our fate. Here comes that feeling again. Recognize it by its intent. Pang of heartache mixed in with some discontent. I hear it knocking, but no one's really in suspense, 'cause I wrote the script for it, so I know just what it represents. And all the effort that we have to make, how much effort do we feel it start to break? Feel it start to break. Feel it start to break. Feel it start to break. Well, there you go. That one's good fun. Being a little facetious. That one was written, my wife would give me a challenge. She's like, oh, you know, you write a lot of message songs and a lot of political songs, and I'd love to see a little of you in it, you know, and I feel like with that one I maybe overshot a little bit, so so it is. All right, so let's see, let's keep this going. And Today's Bandcamp Friday. I asked the crowd last night, I asked them, who here knows about Bandcamp? And really, honestly, it's only musicians who know. Anyone who doesn't actually play music, I've never heard of it. And so Bandcamp Friday is where the platform Bandcamp waives all platform fees for artists, right? So any support that you give today on Bandcamp Friday, 100% of it goes to any artist. So I think I left my link in the notes here in the chat or the header or whatever. And, after this, I do this every Bandcamp Friday too. It's once a month, by the way. I go and purchase some music from my friends, independent artists. And I just make a practice of that. Not just for support. There's great shit out there. So, and streaming pays nothing. And so this is really, if you want to support stuff that's other than corporate rock and just, pop by algorithm, you got to support real artists. And that's where, most of those are independent now because that's just the deal. That's flipped from 80-20 to 20-80. 80% used to be how many bands and artists were on labels. So it was 80 on labels, 20 not. That's completely flipped now, where 80% of all the music that's put out there is independent now. So the label thing is just sort of, it's really only for major artists right now. So that's really that's the rub. So anyway, Bandcamp Friday, I'd love it if you would support me, but also, even if it's not me, go out and support some independent artists. I can tell you it makes a huge difference to all of us. So. Who are we? Is what I see on my screen is not what I want us to be. And who are you? And who am I? It's not our style to live life inside of the lines. We used to feel so alive and respond with a smile. Now we only look down and wear that glow like a frown. Look at me, it's hard to see through this screen and see what's important to me. When I look at you in this room, and it feels too soon to pay some attention to you. We used to feel so alive and respond with a smile. And now we only look down and wear that glow like a frown. Try to see through your feet, but reflections of me are all that I'm willing to read. Who are we? 'Cause what I see on my screen is not what I want us to be. We used to feel so alive and respond with a smile. And now we only look down and wear that a frown, girl like a frown. It all happened in a flash, directed like a detonation. Now I'm left looking for the light wire, trying to trace its destination. Well, it went from one point to another, planned and plotted like a paragraph. We can mark the very moment when we stop laughing at the laugh track, and all this silicon in my soul makes me wanna give up the ghost. Makes you wanna give up the ghost. You stick around like a Norway brown. You didn't spur the first disturbance. When the power grid went down, well, they sure seem to serve their purpose with no big picture, no big plan, no intent to try to warn you. And that's that moment that we mapped when they just know California. Oh, and all this silicon in my soul, all this silicon in my soul, all this silicon in my soul makes you wanna give up the ghost. Makes you wanna give up the ghost. Tonight, 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 tonight. Sounds different to me every time I play it back. Didn't get there, was auditioning. Sounds different to me every time I play it back. I've completed my conditioning. Tonight, 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 tonight. So I'll explain my generation if I may. We're defined by disillusionment, fashioned by the facts and feelings, and little chance for improvement. So we turn it up or turn it off. All this televised talk therapy, though it might help you hit your high note, well, it never really got through to me. Yeah. All this silicon in my soul, all this silicon in my soul, all this silicon in my soul makes you wanna give up the ghost. Makes you wanna give up the ghost. Makes you wanna give up the ghost. Cool. Oh, thank you, Amelia. Appreciate that. I usually kind of run those tunes together when I'm playing them live. It's kind of a cool effect. I like to try to do that if we can, just to, not have it always be introducing the song or whatever, so that could get boring for the audience. Speaking of which, since we have musicians here like Amelia, one thing I've been trying to do, just from a performance standpoint, is to try to get better at the between song banter. To me, I always looked at it as like it's part of the show, right? So, and a lot of bands are really bad at it, and I felt like I was super bad at it too for a long time, and just made a concerted effort. I watched other artists who were doing it, and one of the things that was kind of cool, and I tried to do, I guess, is to, when you introduce a song, is I saw my friend Carissa Johnson do this. She was probably the best at it. It's, you keep it super short, and then you give a little teaser about the song. So you don't go like, oh, I wrote this because such and such or whatever, and I fall into that trap. But you give a little teaser about the song, enough so that it sort of opens a question for the audience, right? And that they're kind of, as you're playing it, they're searching the song for that clue, if you will. It's a really effective technique because it kind of makes people pay attention a little bit if they're tuned into that, you know. And some people are there at a show, they're just there to like have a couple drinks and they don't care who's on stage. But for me as a writer, like I want people to hear the tunes. So like that method, I'm not saying I'm really good at it yet, but like I thought that was really good in my observation of what she was doing, and I've seen other artists do that too. It's super effective. So planning that out, I probably do well to like do more of that, you know. So anyway, I thought that was a good clue. So that's what you get here if you're in my attic studio with me. So this is another one of my singles. All this stuff is online, you know, all the streaming platforms. And like I said, it's Bandcamp Friday, so you can download these. And man, you know, you're hearing me just do these solo, but put a lot into creating really nice studio versions of these with some just great players here. And you know, I tried to make them sort of the best versions that I could and make something I was proud of. So anyway, here's one such tune. One of my recent singles, just like a few months ago anyway. Here it is. It's about a one-way journey. I took a ride out of the blue. What happened next surprised me too. I took a ride to clear my head. Said I'd return, I pressed on instead. I took a ride and I rode all day. Had to do more than get away. Took a ride, I held my breath. I had to see if anything was left. You're in my blind spot, baby. Trailing me everywhere. You're in my blind spot, baby. I can't see you, but I know you're there. Took a ride out of concern, not for myself, nor my return. Took a ride, I drove all night. I read the land by my headlights. You're in my blind spot, baby. Trailing me everywhere. You're in my blind spot, baby. I can't see you, but I know you're there. I took a ride across the years, from scene to scene, shifting gears. I took a ride to ease my mind, but I couldn't leave the past behind. You're in my blind spot, baby. Trailing me everywhere. You're in my blind spot, baby. I can't see you, but I know you're there. I can't see you, but I know you're there. Took a ride 'cause I know what's next, but no sense of when, what to expect. Took a ride because I know my number's up and it's time to go. But it's been a blind spot, baby. take it too personal. It's been a blind spot, baby. It's too late to reverse it now. It's too late to reverse it now. It's too late to reverse it now. There we go. Oh, Amelia, you are so nice. I appreciate you. It's good. I think what I'm coming on about an hour. This is kind of interesting. I think that's about the set. I think this is all. These are all the tunes that the band knows. We'll do one more, then maybe call it, and get outside and enjoy a little bit of the sunshine. I was out already, so I was kind of supposed to be working today, but I just couldn't bear it today. So. All right, do one more. This one sounds great with the band. Holy crap. Because like I said, I got a new lap steel player and kind of let him just run with this solo that transitions from it goes from the bridge part, and then we kind of groove back into the verse part, and the solo transitions over that with the lap steel. It's just like, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. It's so cool. That's just been such a great thing for the band. So can't wait to play this one live. That show is on, the big show is on Wednesday, the 10th at the Midway here in Jamaica Plain in Boston, and love playing there. Those folks are so nice. They've been doing live music every single night for, I think it's 35 years. It's something ridiculous. So got to support places like that because they have, a lot of those have dried up and they just have the right mentality. I really appreciate those guys. So anyway, all right, I'll do this one more and then sign off. And thanks for being here, especially Amelia and everyone else that I can see who was here. Really appreciate you. So this tune is called Leaving, and I guess that's appropriate. So. Turn a little, face the camera. Wish I'd seen it, would have stopped, would have had you take it from the top. We love the lessons, but then refuse to learn from them. I'm leaving it all to someone else, all to someone else. I should have seen it, I should have stopped, I should have gathered the strength to put it off. We take our chances until we can't take it anymore. I'm leaving it all to someone else, all to someone else. I'm leaving it all to someone else, all to someone else, all to someone else. I'll feel better once this is done, 'cause we can't stop it once it's begun. Once we'd seen it, could have stopped, could have spoke up instead, we let it drop. Y'all tell our stories, but I can't fake it anymore. I'm leaving it all to someone else, all to someone else. I'm leaving it all to someone else, all to someone else, all to someone else, all to someone else. All right. Thank you very, very much for being here. I'll do this again. And yeah, we'll have some fun together and to see you out at a show sometime too. So anyway, cheers.